Hi, welcome to another show of Focus. Today I have a very exciting young lady, one that sings calypso, one that dances, one that writes, and also one that tells a lot and tells a lot of people also about our faith. I'm talking about a young lady who goes by the name of Omiah Hall, sugar, daddy. Omiah, welcome to Focus.
Thank you for having me.
Such a privilege being here. I've tried to get on to you for some time, and I'm so happy that you're here now.
I'm glad you finally got on to me. God's timing, perfect.
I love your Guyana.
Oh yeah, I'm forever. I feel
really
like I rep it the right day.
Yeah.
Today was the perfect day. Very patriotic, and I feel like I got run into Letitia today. So.
So Omiah, for the viewers who don't know who Omiah is, do you mind giving them a
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Omiah Hall. I am a singer, dancer, model, actress. 101 things. I met her known for my calypso in 2022 Sugar Daddy, won Calypso Monarch in 2020 with Tell Me How Come. And then I'm stepping into the soca scene now. I'm a creative. Let's just put that in a nutshell. I'm a creative.
So where does this whole love for music and these things stem from, Omiah?
Well, Omiah's a church girl, and the church, everything is there in church. But my mom was a dancer. My father is a musician. He is a pianist. Let me make sure that I break up in syllables because people like make the joke. But my father's a pianist, and I've been around the music scene for all my life, honestly. And when I got into, I want to say, Success Elementary, Sir Success really brought that energy when it came to singing and performing. He was like, you got a voice, you should not be just here, you should be singing. So Success brought that out. I went over to St. Rose's High School, sang more. But you see St. Joseph High School. I tell you, I love that place with all my heart. The Blue Bloods gonna see this and be like, she claimed the school. But when I tell you my love for performing and the stage blossomed in that environment, that is where the love truly came.
Great.
It was the first time I was saying this, oh gosh, Joseph gonna feel nice.
I remember when we first meet you. We both were young and we short. Like I don't know how I get this stuff. And I was like, this girl got a real powerful voice. I was like Omiah voice. That was at First Assembly of God. But I mean, I was like, for some reason she can just do good. And just me being honest, she can just do good. Her voice is really powerful. But with doing good though, Omiah, how do you manage to stay motivated?
Well, you see, mental health is a big thing. And I have struggled a lot in the past when it came to my mental health, because I would I'm quick to go into my bubble or quick to rage out, but I realize now that you cannot, as much as I love to sing wind-up music, you cannot do anything without God.
Yeah.
And my faith is a really big thing for me. Like, I am pushing and to stay on that positive path, to stay grounded, I stay true to God.
And that's what we call faithfulness.
Yes, I have so much faith, because honestly, he brought me out of some really dark days.
So how was the support being from friends and family, for you, Omiah? Going into all of these things,
Starting out as a church girl, going into a soca competition.
I know.
You ain't gonna get the support or you think you get the support, but luckily,
you did.
I got the support. I love my support system. My mom is my biggest support system. She's been by my side in everything. Like, once I'm on the stage, you find mommy down there. She ain't gonna know what she's doing. Yeah. But she can be right down there.
But you see, the thing about church, as you alluded to, is like it's get a little snippet to everything in the church. Because they got the little soca beat that we can juggle to, and then we got the all faithfulness, God most gracious, and we got everything in it. We got everything in it. So, how was your faith though? Because over constant time we hear you talk about how good God has been for you.
Yes, for the past couple of months I've been like driving it. Like, God has been great. We might probably touch on the calypso just now, so you can hear more about it. But my faith is really huge. I have stepped into such a place where I am thanking God for everything. Like even the performances, like when I'm booked for something, it may not be what you expect me to be thanking God for, but you know, He is all powerful and He knows everything. So if this is what I'm stepping into right now, yeah, and He gave me this talent, and you know, I just God thank you all the time. So I want to cry because it's been so good, bro.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Looking at Omiah, like, God.
Yeah, looking at Omiah then and looking at Omiah now. She was this rowdy, dramatic. I'm still dramatic, but not as rowdy.
Let's just stay in music though. Let's just stay in music. We've seen you cop the Junior Calypso crown
In 2020, yes.
How
that was
does
my
that
first
achievement
time.
feel for you, especially in such a young musical career?
That was my first time in the Monarch. I got a call and somebody was like, would you like to go up? And I was like, why not dip my toes in this? Because I love storytelling, and Calypso, it truly is storytelling. So when I gained that title, being my first year in the competition,
Like,
I was like, oh gosh,
it's too good for this one.
no, I'm not too good for this. I was like, oh, okay, I have a
thing,
gift.
you got a thing,
I have
yeah.
a gift. And then around that time, the junior would head over to the senior competition. And I headed over to the senior competition, and I placed third in the senior. And I'm like, okay, this is my first time, my first year. Okay, this is amazing, right? And then COVID came, and my drive was not the way it should have been. So I didn't participate in 2021, but I came with Sugar Daddy in 2022.
Yeah, sugar, yeah.
But the competition that year was stiff, I won't lie. But I didn't get first, but I was grateful because that was my first time writing my own calypso. And I still spaced, so I was like, okay, the only way to go is up.
But it's really nice though, because what we're not used to seeing, you know, especially in calypso, Guyanese calypso, is that we're not used to seeing a lot of women, you know, doing it.
You're not seeing, yeah, that's true. You're not used to seeing a lot of women
dominating in
the
it.
scene yet. So when you get people like young Bill Rogers, and Ego, and you know the people that have been there forever, and then you get young me, little me coming up. Me and people like Faith Karika, better known as Little Canary, see we coming up, you know, trying to do a little calypso thing. It's hard, but we love it.
But yeah, that's important. I've seen there. That's very important. Love. That's a very strong word. You know, in order for us to master, you know, something, we gotta get a love though.
Yes.
We need to. It's not about liking. It's about loving.
Yeah, you need actually to be in this industry in Guyana.
Yeah.
You gotta love this industry.
Yeah. We continue to, you know, to see you grow from strength to strength, and A Cry for Help is like definitely the one. A Cry for Help is definitely the one. That's such a beautiful tune.
Thank you.
You know, I always wanted to know, and that was my, you know, origin reaching out to you as much as I can, you know, to get you. What was your, you know, motivation? Were you like in a dark place for that song, specifically for that song?
Because I came out of, well, no, let me not lie. I was now coming out of that dark space, and I was telling myself, I can't keep this to me, especially with the craft that I do. I can't keep this to me because people relate to certain things, and the best way to get people loving what you do is to be relatable. And I know that I was not the only person going through those things. There was no possible way that I could have been the only person dealing with stuff like that. So I sat one night and I was like, think about your darkest days, Omiah. 2022 was rough. Let me go through what you dealt with in 2022. You had a breakup. You had a really tough time with your mom being the single parent that she is, and friends weren't really friends. So why not make this into something? And I was like, Calypso's coming up, and you're so used to hearing what's going on in Guyana, and you're so used to hearing the jokes. And while the song is not extremely dark and has a few jokes in there, I needed it to be as real as possible. I don't like speaking about politics. I can have a word about it, but I don't like speaking about politics. So I needed to be different, and A Cry for Help was my different and it's my truth and the truth of many other people, because the amount of people that reached out to me was like, oh man, what you doing? I'm like, let me be very honest with y'all, this was not just for me, but for you.
I am not the person to be exact that is gonna just sit down and listen to a song for 7 minutes straight. I'm being honest. Not even Lil Baby is my favorite singer, and this is realistic. I don't think Lil Baby has enough craft, and this is me being as honest as I could be. I don't think he's crafty enough to create a song that lasts 7 minutes that could actually, convince me.
You can grasp your attention for 7 minutes.
I mean, me sitting there as a male also, listening to a female sing to me for 7 minutes, I mean, it gotta be something really good. Realistically though, it has to be something good. And I think it was such a it is such a beautiful song. I would advise anybody to go listen or cry for help. If you're going through a dark space and you want to come out, go listen or cry for help. Okay? Oh my. Modeling and pageantry, modeling and pageantry. You're such a wonderful multitasker, I must elaborate though. How did you muster up the confidence though to walk on that runway?
Well, oh gosh, I should have said this. Mommy, I feel bad. My mom was a model as well. Yeah. So, watching her strut her stuff and, me pushing my foot and she heels.
It's a very huge shoes to fill.
I mean, it's a big shoes to fill. I want she foot and small. But, trying to walk, and so I got really good relationships with designers from a young age. Yeah. So they put me in clothes. Like who was my first?
Is it Daryl?
I think my first was Randy. Or was it Wanza? You see, I'm around them. I've been around them for quite a while. I can't remember which one of them were my first, but I've been modeling for so long. And then as I grew, it's like, shucks, I really good at this. Got the hips. I might be skinny, but I got the hips. So why not use this to my advantage? And I stepped into the scene. Randy was actually the person that pushed me. Yeah. Randy Madre, one of Guyana's top designers. Yeah. One of them. I have many, I don't want to call everybody no, but Randy's my boy. Yeah. He really pushed me into the modeling scene and the pageant scene. Pageantry. Oh gosh, what to say about pageantry? It is tough. Yeah. My first pageant was the mother and daughter pageant, and then many people don't know that. Okay. And then I transitioned into the Miss Guyana Teen Scholarship pageant in 2019. Yeah. A lot of people knew that. And then Jam Zone 2022. Each year was mentally taxing, but I must say I came out loving myself even more. Yeah. Because you don't just learn to walk, you don't just learn to look good, you learn to speak, you learn to step into a room and command that room, you learn to, and in pageantry you have to be yourself to stand out. Yeah. And I honestly love the fact that during most of my pageant times, I don't know if I'm ever going back up in any pageant, but the authenticity was there.
Second runner-up at Miss Jam Zone.
Yes.
How was that experience being for you, man?
Let me be honest, I didn't even expect this. But the public said the top 3 would have been the top 3, and I must give a big shout out to the queen, because Amel deserved that crown. I will never not say that. Amel deserved her crown, and I got second runner-up to my best friend Jasmine. So being on stage with these beautiful young women, talented young women, extremely intelligent. These girls smart. Oh my goodness. These intelligent young women. Like, I felt really, I don't want to say amazing.
Privileged, blessed.
Let's say privileged, because you're around talented people, and to be up there with them, that was my biggest takeaway. I was not angry. I was not hurt. I was really proud that I did that, because I was really struggling at that time with self. Yeah. And there was a lot of second guessing throughout the journey, and I didn't like myself for a good period leading up to it. But when I stepped on that stage, the stage is my home. The stage is where I get to be who I want to be.
Who you want to be. Yeah.
So if I'm feeling depressed,
so when you hit the stage, it's gone. What's depression? But you see, the reason why I actually I really like that specific Jam Zone is because the queen, the second runner up, and the first and the second runner up. None of you guys passed 25.
No, we were all. I think Amel is 20.
Amel is 21 now.
Amel is 21 or 22? Because I'm
I
21.
think she was 21 at that time.
Good, and she turned 22.
22.
Good, and
And Jasmine
Jasmine is now turning 21.
now turned 21.
Yes,
yeah.
and I just turned 21 in November.
So between the three, you guys, share the age of probably 20, 40, 60. Let's say 65. 65 years of experience amongst three girls, and that is so powerful. It shows that our pageant industry, we could finally be prepared to see a fresh young bunch. Looking forward to see you guys at Miss Guyana World. Look forward to see you guys at Miss World International. And
So I'll just leave that to Amel.
leave that to Amel.
I just leave that one to Amel.
That's very good.
Because
That's the reason why I really I really enjoyed.
yeah, it was. I think this
You
was
have very good young core.
Yes, and the coordinators were really good as well, I must say. Chanel and Kimberly, they did their jobs. They did their jobs. We had little to no worry in that pageant. Our only worry was ourselves and our mental health. Wow. Literally.
I want to talk about a special someone, I'm gonna say with a young man, or I ain't gonna say nothing. A person that you work with, Dara Kihind from Africa, the designer. Dara, the clothing, Dara Kihind.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, the African person, the girl from Africa.
Oh, Rhoda Dox. Oh my God, the wrong name, Rhoda Dox. Yes. Yes, I worked with her years ago. Wow. I remember that because I wanted to teach some of the pieces. They were really that good. Yeah. And right now she is great. Like she has her own website now and stuff. Her pieces are beautiful. So what do you want to talk about with her?
What was your experience being working with her?
Well, that was years ago, and that was when she was now coming out. That was not. She didn't have the name that she has now. Yeah. So that was when she was going to First Assembly, and this little short girl in the field, and them things like that. So being able to, and I think me and a few others, that was her first time in the papers. Yeah. And we were wearing her pieces, and I'm like, look at you. Working with her was not bad at all, and she's so focused on what she does. Yeah. And I love seeing that in creatives. I love when they have that passion.
For a lot of parts of my life and career, whether it be in the media or whether it be in my other things that I do outside, I always find it good to work with people that is trying to come up at the same time with you. I think that's very important, because as much as they're trying to grow, you're trying to grow, and both of you guys uplifting each other at the same time. I think that's very, very important. I'm not saying that working with an established person is wrong. I'm just saying that at times it's good to actually work with somebody on the come up.
Yeah.
So both of you.
Yes. And I have a few designers I can't wait to work with, because their work, I think everybody deserves to see their work. So if I could be that person, let the world see the work, I want to be that person.
Oh my, basically we come right down to it, and this is such a beautiful show going. But I got this very last question, Omiah. What advice would you give to any young woman who wants to endeavor into singing, modeling, and writing? And guess what? I'm going to add pageantry.
What advice would I give? The thing that I'm saying all the time is be your absolute best self. Be yourself. It may sound cliche, but nobody can be you. And being you helps you stand out from the crowd. When it comes to writing, don't try to be Shenseea, yo. Don't try to be Beyonce. You can't. Nobody could be Beyonce. Oh my gosh, it's Beyonce. But to have the world appreciate what you do, you have to be you. And I've realized that when it came to A Cry for Help, because the only way I could have gotten the remarks that I'm getting now is if I was myself, and that's exactly what I did. So for the young women that want to step into these things, don't be afraid. I know I said a lot of weird things about pageantry being taxing, but don't be afraid. Step out of your comfort zone. Step into something new, and just embrace everything. The challenges that will come will build you. That much I can say. The challenges are beautiful in a way. It's like an oxymoron. They're beautiful challenges.
Wow, this is exactly where I'm going to, like, you know, put my little semi topic for this show of focus. Beautiful challenges. I think is such a beautiful two very, very, very beautiful words. We've come to a beautiful end of focus today. Omiah has been very informative. She's been very profound in delivering her key notes. Pageantry is such a beautiful thing. Singing, a cry for help, sugar, and I ain't gonna say the other part, mommy. But focus has come to such a wonderful, and I just want to say a big shout out to my technical team, Kenneth Gaskin and Cleveland James. Omiah, thank you again. This has been some time in the making, and I really had fun speaking to you. I had no, like, this is such a beautiful conversation we had. God. Thank you so much for being here with me today on Focus, Omiah. Thank you so much.